And yes, so hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Update Ghana. My name is Joseph Adamafio, and coming up in this edition, Manchester United player that is Kobbie Mainoo has finally returned to begin pre-season with the Red Devils, and I'm going to tell you more about it as he's set to play in the Community Shield match this weekend. Well, over the weekend we saw some Ghanaian players also scoring goals for their respective clubs. The likes of Joseph Paintsil, Ashimeru, Jeffrey Schlupp, and the likes were all on target for their respective clubs in Europe and in the MLS. Well, we also have updates on one Kotoko player who has terminated his contract with the club to pursue his career as a nurse. Yes, I guess you are shocked. I'll be telling you more about it right here on Sports Update Ghana. But before we get into it, please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So let's get right into it. An English player of Ghanaian descent, Kobbie Mainoo, has finally returned to Manchester United to begin pre-season with the Red Devils. Kobbie Mainoo had a very great performance at the 2024 Euros with England as they reached the final, where they lost to Spain in that unfortunate circumstance. But after that particular tournament, Manchester United zoomed into pre-season, and Kobbie Mainoo did not partake in the pre-season. He was allowed to go and have some time off, cool off, and recover from all the time he had at the Euros. And finally, he is back from holidays and has begun pre-season with Manchester United. Today on Monday, Kobbie Mainoo reported to Manchester United's camp at Old Trafford, and however, he is not part of Manchester United's team that is in the USA. You know, Manchester United is currently in the USA for preseason matches, and they've played the likes of Liverpool in the preseason friendlies and all that. Well, Kobbie Mainoo will not be taking part in the American preseason, but rather he is preparing for this weekend's Community Shield match against Manchester City. Manchester United will be taking on Man City on Saturday, August 10th in the Community Shield Cup match, and that is when Kobbie Mainoo will be featuring in that particular match. So that is by way of update on Kobbie Mainoo after he reported to Manchester United's camp. Now, let's go on and do some more and talk about some Black Stars players who were on target for their clubs. Well, Ghana's winger, that is Joseph Paintsil, was on target for his club, LA Galaxy, in the MLS League Cup match, which was played on Sunday. It ended 2-2 in full time, and the game proceeded to penalties. That was when LA Galaxy won the match by 5-4 on penalty shootout. But this was how Ghana's player, that is Joseph Paintsil, managed to score his goal for LA Galaxy in the match. Well, their opponents, Guadalajara, were the ones who opened the scoring in the game as early as the 8th minute. Then, in the 11th minute, LA Galaxy got the equalizer through Joseph Paintsil. And how did Joseph Paintsil score this goal? Joseph Paintsil found himself in a box. LA Galaxy were straight into attack from a counter, and a pass was sent to Joseph Paintsil, who was free in the box, and he just hit the ball into the empty net to give LA Galaxy the equalizer in the match. Later on, LA Galaxy went ahead to score another goal in the second half to make it 2-1, but it was Card Cowell who scored the equalizer for Guadalajara to make it 2-2. Then on penalty shootout, LA Galaxy won the penalties on 5-4 to progress to the next round of the competition. So that is how come Joseph Paintsil scored his goal for LA Galaxy over the weekend. Since joining the MLS, Joseph Paintsil has made 22 appearances and has scored 8 goals and has 7 assists, giving him 15 goal contributions in 25 matches. Yes, in 22 matches. So that is the performance of Joseph Paintsil over there. Now, let's go and do some more, because Ashimeru was also on target for his club Anderlecht in the Belgian Pro League. Well, Belgium Anderlecht came up against Royal Antwerp in a league match, and Majid Ashimeru climbed off the bench to score the winner for Anderlecht in the game. When Majid Ashimeru was coming on in the 74th minute, the game was 1-1, but 5 minutes after Majid Ashimeru stepped onto the pitch, the midfielder was able to score the goal, which ended up the winning goal for Anderlecht to win the game by 2-1. Well, last season, it was such a very tough one for Majid Ashimeru, but this season, he has begun on a rather good note. In his first game of the season, he scored a goal, and now he has scored another goal as a substitute, giving him 2 goals in about 3 matches for Anderlecht this season. And Majid Ashimeru can only go from good to better and best. Well, after scoring the goal, Majid Ashimeru dedicated his goal to his late friend, that is Rude Boy, who died a year ago. And this was what Majid Ashimeru wrote in his caption on the picture to celebrate his goal. He said, "Game ends based on sympathy. Rude Boy ranking, you are gone, but never forgotten. Your legacy lives on." And that is what Majid Ashimeru wrote to celebrate his late friend, that is Rude Boy ranking, who happens to be a musician who died in the year 2023. Now, let's go on and do some more talk about more Ghanaian players who were on target for their respective clubs, as Jeffrey Schlupp combined with Jordan Ayew to score a goal for Crystal Palace in their 3-1 win over West Ham in a friendly match. Well, the game saw Crystal Palace score the first goal in the match through Mitchell to give Crystal Palace the lead, but it was Mikel Antonio, the West Ham man, who got the equalizer for the Hammers in the game to make it 1-1. However, Jordan Ayew and Jeffrey Schlupp combined to score the however, it was Jordan Ayew. However, it was Black Stars players Jordan Ayew and Jeffrey Schlupp who collaborated to score and put Crystal Palace back in the lead. Well, Jordan Ayew connected a cross and Jeffrey Schlupp was on time to head it in to give Crystal Palace the goal to make it 2-1 in the game. Later on, Crystal Palace made it 3-1 through Odosin Edward, who made it 3-1 for Crystal Palace to win the match. So that is the performance of Jordan Ayew and Jeffrey Schlupp, working hard at preseason, and hopefully when the season starts, I hope they get more playing time, because Jordan Ayew had clearly fallen out of the new Crystal Palace head coach squad, and now he's putting in much effort at preseason. Hopefully he gets more playing time under the new coach. But let's go on and do some more. Remember at the beginning of the video I told you about one Kotoko player who has decided to terminate his contract with the club and focus on becoming a nurse. Yes, Kotoko's Mohamed Nuruddin as of now has announced that he is putting his football career on hold to pursue a career in the health industry. Mohamed Nuruddin played 1 season for Kotoko and had his contract extended, so he had 2 more years left on his contract, but he decided that no, I'm not going to pursue football anymore. I'm rather going to work on becoming a nurse. Today, Kotoko issued a statement to its effect announcing that their defender has decided to switch from football and become a nurse. Mohamed Nuruddin is currently 31 years and is currently getting closer to retirement, and so I think it is the best decision for him to put the football on hold and rather go and pursue his career as a nurse. The club indicated that Mohamed Nuruddin has a contract with the Ghana Health Service as a practicing nurse, and that means that he will have to dedicate his full time to becoming a nurse. So that is why he has decided to put his football career on hold. Now, let's wrap up on this note because Leicester City's Ghanaian player, that is Paintsil Goal, was involved in a water polo match with his Leicester City teammate, and it was such a beautiful one, and I want us to watch that particular video of Paintsil Goal playing water football, which is popularly known as water polo, during their pre-season preparations.
Yeah, I'm taking over Matt. Come on, we say. a good win. Good win. Tactics. Long pitch.
So that is Fatawi Sahaku over there doing the water polo, saying that they won that football. And if you don't know that particular football that they are playing, it's called water polo. It's played with the hands, and it's even a sport at the 2024 Olympic Games. And on that note, wrap up here on Sports Update Ghana. I'll come your way with another edition of Sports Update Ghana. Thanks for doing the watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.